name's Aisha. I'm here with the Rice Collective today at the My Life, My Say Next Gen 2025 conference, and I am joined with...
Kwajo, housing campaigner.
Lovely to meet you. I would just like to discuss with you the importance of young people in politics, as this conference is all about. Can you talk to me a little bit about how you got involved in politics and what it means to you?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been somewhat inquisitive in regards to politics, like even when I was a student, which in a way feels like yesterday, but it was many years, feels like many years ago now, in another sense. But it was through mainly lived experience, my upbringing, my experiences, whilst I was young, growing up surrounded by disrepair, housing issues, housing insecurity, and watching my family have to experience the same, especially my dad, and watching him become ill amongst all of that and still trying to fight and being ignored. I became sick and tired and angry at those that are sort of in charge of making sure these sorts of issues don't exist, those that are elected, who you would hope would be there to try and do absolutely everything in their power to prevent situations like what my family went through and what so many up and down the country are going through at the moment. You would think that they would be there to make sure that doesn't happen. And I became really annoyed at the fact that it was happening and things are actually getting far worse. And that's really why I wanted to get involved and to use my voice, but also inspire other people from backgrounds like mine to use their voices too, and to show them that actually what they're going through, their stories, their opinion, it does matter. They do matter. That they deserve to be heard and things deserve to change, and I wanted to do that. I almost wanted to be somewhat a thorn in the side of those responsible for the status quo and allowing this to persist and get worse. And in a way, I guess I've been successful at doing that. I still do it even till today. But it's about trying to create change, but that change being inspiring others to get involved and want to use their voice in terms of banging on the corridors of power.
Another question I had, so young people have now been given the vote, 16, 17-year-olds have been given the vote. Can I ask how you feel about that will make a change in terms of how important it is for young people to be heard?
Yeah, I think it's important for 16-year-olds to have the vote. I don't know why everyone's outraged. I mean, they're human beings at the end of the day too. They are affected by politics and policies. I mean, just because they're 16 doesn't mean, I mean, what? Before you're 16, are you not affected by political decisions? We've currently got 172,000 homeless kids in England alone, and that number is growing by thousands every couple of months. We've got more homeless kids than there are kids in the whole of Manchester. Enough homeless kids to fill the O2 Arena more than 8 times over. And a lot of these kids are from poverty, trapped in a cycle of poverty, whose voices aren't heard, not provided the resources that they need in order to thrive, and make the most for themselves. Being condemned to a cycle of poverty in many cases. Why shouldn't they have a say? Are they not watching their parents whilst they're growing up, struggling to pay bills, put clothes on their back, put food on the table? Do you feel like because they're younger than 16 or because they're 16 years of age, they're not able to see and emotionally connect with what they're witnessing growing up? And it all comes back down to political policies. Are they stupid? Do they not recognise that is as a result of political policy or a lack of political will when it comes to prioritising them and their needs? Absolutely, they deserve to have a say. And I've thought that from the day it was first announced, they deserve autonomy. They deserve to choose what their future looks like, who's in charge. And I guess politicians in a way are so naive because they turn around and they often say, well, what can we do to get young people involved and to vote for us? Give them something to vote for. It's not hard, it's not rocket science, but consecutively governments and parties continue failing to do that one crucial thing. And many of them, I think, view young people as not mattering because they can't vote. But I feel like now is the time where that hopefully will change, and actually they will have a chance to choose their own futures. They are the next generation and they absolutely deserve to. If we can allow people in their later years of life, well, I mean, you can vote regardless of how old you are past a certain age. Why is it that 16-year-olds shouldn't have the right to vote? I don't think they get the respect that they deserve. I think adults often look at 16-year-olds and fail to associate what they were like when they were 16 years of age, and it's patronizing in a way. It's, I guess, I hope ageist is the right term that I'm using, but it is, I mean, the only way I can really describe it is patronizing, and they do deserve a voice. They do deserve to choose their future. They do deserve political autonomy, and I am absolutely supportive in the right for 16-year-olds to vote.
Amazing. So are we. So we hope they all get the vote. I would also like to maybe say, as a young person going into the political scene and being a young person that's able to vote age 16, how can you stay hopeful? How can you stay inspired? You have been campaigning for a long time. What's your trick?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, I think anyone born after the year of 2008, all they've really seen is political misery in this country and political, I mean, suffering, high levels of poverty and destitution, homelessness being one of those issues. And actually, they haven't. It's I think harder for them because they 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 don't see the possibility, or they haven't been shown the possibility for an alternative, for difference, for change, um, to actually live a life which is positive, which is free of suffering, destitution, poverty. And ultimately, that comes with political will, and it's the responsibility of those in power. And I think the one hope is, and I hope they do, begin to start looking back at history and actually looking back at how politics did change this country, whether it be after the Second World War, whether it be the introduction of the NHS, whether it be mass building of council housing. There have been points in time in history where things politically have been really, really positive and changed the lives of individuals, not just at the time, but the future of the country and generations. And that's where we need to get back to. And I hope that is the one bit of hope that they have and they carry, because it certainly is, for me, the one bit of hope that I carry, and I have seen that alternative. I do know that there is potential for change, and that is why 5 years on I'm still here campaigning on this issue, because so many people, millions of people up and down the country, depend on change happening. Otherwise, it's just going to be a continuation of suffering for so many people, and they don't deserve it. They really, really don't. It's about time we start prioritising the needs of the public.
Thank you so much, Kwajo. It's been great to chat to you.
Thank
We've
you.
been here at the Rise Collective and hope to see you soon.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.